Hey everybody. I want to give you an overview of Activity 4, moon phase simulation, and just make sure you kind of understand it. I know it can be difficult using these models. You're looking at something that's three-dimensional and two-dimensional terms. So especially with this view, it can be confusing. I want to help you out with that. So if we look quickly, we have two different screens showing at this time. We can see what the moon would look like from here on Earth from Carver. So if you're staying in Carver looking at the moon in the sky, this top right image is what you will actually see. The larger image below is a view of Earth and the moon and the sunlight in space. And you kind of have a top-down approach to that. So in the center here would be the North Pole. You can see North America. And then the perimeter or circumference would be the equator. So just to orient yourself, that's what we're looking at. You can see very quickly from this diagram that the sunlight is coming at us almost like a wall. And then half of the moon and half of the Earth will be lit up at any given time. So even though we can't see it in this view, this is the new moon. So the moon would be peaking at noon. We would not see it in the sky, but half of it is still lit up. It's just the half that we can't see. So we can only see the dark side. Now, as I hit play, you'll see that the moon is orbiting the Earth. It's starting to revolve around the Earth. As it's doing that, it's still only half lit up by the sun. Same with the Earth, half lit up by the sun. However, we can start to get a glimpse of the half that is lit up. So if you're staying on the surface of the Earth and you're looking at the moon, you have to kind of orient yourself looking in that direction. You can see that the right side would start to appear lit up. And if we look up here in the top right, you can see that, in fact, the right side is being lit up. So that's what we would see from Carver. So that is called the waxing crescent. And anytime you see like a C shape, that's crescent. So think C crescent. That might help you out. Also, if it's waxing, it's going to be the right side lit up. If it's waning, it'll be the left side. So in this case, the right side is lit up. It's a C. It's waxing crescent. You would see this peaking in the middle of the sky sometime around the early to mid-afternoon. Now, as we go through this, I'm going to pause it here. I just missed it a little bit, so let me go back. First quarter. So at the first quarter, half of the moon is lit up in the sky. So still, we can see half the moon is lit up here, always half. But we can see that the circle that we see, the half the moon that we can see from Earth, half of that is lit up. Because it's half of a moon, that's a quarter. So that's why it's called first quarter. So again, it's the right side. This is the first quarter. This would be peaking right around 6 p.m. As we continue, now we're getting into waxing gibbous. Gibbous is this weird egg-shaped moon that we see in the sky. Again, it's still the right side if you're looking at it, and this is before midnight, so this would be between 6 p.m. and 12 a.m. That you'd see this peaking in the sky. If we skip ahead to the full moon, just for sake of time, so we have the sunlight, we have the Earth, and then we have the moon on the opposite side. You have to remember that the sun is coming at you like a wall. You have the Earth, and then you have the moon kind of above it. So that's why you can still get sunlight reaching the moon, even though they're all in a line, because they're in a line from this angle, but from this angle, you can see that they're not, right? So wall of light, Earth, moon. So that's your full moon. And we'll be experiencing that in the next couple of weeks, actually. I think it's about 2 weeks from now. So then as you continue, now the left side is going to be lit up. You can see that from Earth, that the left side is now going to be lit up. So that's your waning gibbous. So again, the left side is the waning. So your waning gibbous, it'll continue to get smaller and smaller in the sky until finally you reach your third quarter. So your third quarter is going to peak sometime around 6 a.m. So you would see that basically as you're coming to school or getting ready for school. And then finally it continues to wane, to get smaller and smaller in the sky, and that's your waning crescent. So again, that C shape until finally you're back to your new moon. That was waxing crescent. To your new moon there. So it's one full orbit, one full revolution, takes about 29 and a half days. And you can kind of see that the phases correspond with where the sunlight is, where we are, and how much of that 50% of the moon that's lit up we can actually see. So hopefully that helps. So it's new moon, waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, third quarter, waning crescent. If you have any questions, you can ask me, Ms. Littleton, or Ms. Whalen, and we'll be happy to help. Thank you.